Uh-oh. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another broadcast of Financial Fun Friday. It's Friday, you all, and we're going to be giving up some great financial information today. So I am your co-host, Darlene Jenkins. My other co-host, Dr. Rita Bailey Rowland. She will not be joining us today, but we have a special guest that's backed by popular demand. Mrs. Leslie Priest with AETNA. So, and of course, we, your Financial Fun Friday team, we are being sponsored by Affordable Benefit Solutions, where we are always bringing you what's new and what's next. So for those of you who are just joining us for the first time, Financial Fun Friday is a webinar that we do at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the first and third Friday each and every month. And we also are broadcasting live simultaneously on Facebook. So welcome, Facebook. Hey, how is everyone doing? And during this broadcast, what we do is we pull back the curtain so that you can get an in-depth understanding of not only your employer benefits you have on your job, but we also give you some of the best retirement preparation options, different financial tips and strategies. So if you would like to join us live here on the webinar, you can register at ritabrolandevents.com. Please go to our Facebook page. You can find us at Your AB Solutions. Follow us there. And any broadcast you miss, head over to our YouTube page. Please take the time right now, go over there, subscribe, ring the bell so that every time we upload a video, you will be notified. Now, this is also our check-in time. So I'm doing all of the roles today, so bear with me. So if you're on here with us live, if you're watching us on Facebook, please check in and tell me where you're coming to me from. Now, I'm going to go ahead to the next page because normally Rita would be doing this, but I'm going to come. So you drop it in the chat, drop it in the comment section on Facebook so I know who's watching us, because I know we have viewers from all over the United States. Now, the whole purpose of our Financial Fun Friday series is just to help you understand your benefits that you have, your money, your spending habits, your money personality, which determines your spending habits. And then, of course, to offer and support, and offer you solutions, rather, that will enable you to reach your financial destination. So let me see where I have my check-ins from. Okay, so I have people checking in from Washington, D.C. I have people checking in from Alabama. Thank you so much. Fort Washington, Illinois is on here with us. Yes, indeed. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us and just checking in. I appreciate you so much. So before we jump into the information today, I just want to let you know that normally the information we go over is presented in a generic approach, but today we are going to have specific information about healthcare options. So this will not be general, it's going to be specific about a specific plans. But normally, but again, even with these plans, without having individual knowledge of what your needs are, we can't customize the presentation in that way. But what we can do is if you reach out to us, and especially Mrs. Leslie Priest, she'll drop her information. Anything that we go over, if you want more information, more information on what she's going to be covering, we will be able to get that to you. You can give us a call, your Financial Fun Friday team, at 301-577-6340. And we can customize any information you need. So thank you for understanding. So we're going to jump on into it. So as you know, this year is coming to an end, you all. This is December already. 15 minutes ago, it was just February. And here we are in December. So this year's theme for 2021 has been fiscal, our money, fitness. We're trying to get our money to have some muscles. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And one way that we do this is making sure you have all of the latest and up-to-date information that is going to help you make the most of those dollars that come through your hands. So as you know, if you work for the federal government or the district government, this is open season, November the 8th, and it's going to end on December the 13th. And so joining me today, I have a very special guest. I have Mrs. Leslie Priest coming to us from AETNA to share some of the plans that are available for you during this open season. And if you missed last week, you need to go over to our YouTube page to see some of the things that she said. But if you are approaching retirement, or you are in retirement, you have a loved one who's in retirement, this information that she's going over could save them hundreds of dollars, especially if they have Medicare Part A and B. So please, if you don't already, get out your notebook, your Financial Fun Friday notebook. You don't have one, hit us up, 301-577-6340, and we can make that happen for you. So Leslie, you want to go ahead and share some of this information because we're trying to save some money out here.
All righty. Can you see my screen now?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, Darlene. I appreciate the introduction and also allowing me the opportunity to present to all of your followers. So thank you for that. And we'll get started. Well, first of all, I want to say that for those of you who are federal employees, open season begins, as she said, November 8th through December 13th. You don't want to wait until the last minute to make those decisions. And it's very important for everyone during open season to review your plans. It's important to check and see if there's any benefit changes. It's important to see if your premium increased and what that increase is, because there are other options out there for you that you can research and review that may be a better fit for you and that may also save you. So I am going to skip a few, let me see, is it going? We're going to talk about, so today I'm going to skip the history of AETNA, but I'm going to go right into the plans. Last week, we focused specifically on retiree plans. We're going to talk about those too, but I'm also going to talk about current plans for active employees as well as retirees, because again, it's open season. And I know that not everyone on the webinar or on the meeting today is retired. So it's important for you as active employees to know what's available to you as well. All righty, we're going to skip over the AETNA history here. And there we go, medical plans. All right, let me go back here. So the first medical plan I want to talk about, this part of AETNA offering, and also a good idea for you to be able to look at and understand the different options that you have and the type of plans that are available to you. This MHBP plan is a PPO plan. That's a great option. And the reason is because the premiums are very affordable. This is a generic presentation, so I'm not going to say the premiums. It's up to you to go, to the OPM website or to the plan website to see what the premiums are. But it looks like a traditional PPO plan, except on the front end, it almost looks like a hybrid of an HMO. And the reason I say that is because it has low out-of-pocket costs. There's a $20 copay for adults for their office visit. But where have you seen a $10 office visit copay? And it has a $10 office visit copay for dependents 21 or younger. So this is a great option again for you. I like it because, on the front end, your office visits, your specialist visits, if you're doing your medications or prescriptions, things like chiropractic care, you don't pay a deductible for those things. And that's why I say it's sort of like a hybrid. But the difference between this and an HMO type of plan is that you can go to any provider in the PPO. You're not restricted to a small network, and you do have a non-network benefit. Even though the networks, you'll find those PPO networks are extremely large networks. They're national plans, so you can go anywhere. You can be in, California or DC or New York or Chicago or, Alabama, and you're still covered in network. So these are a great options for you to look at, these type of PPO plans. Okay, and then there's plans that they call like open access plans. Again, where it's an HMO type of plan, where you have to stay within that particular network, sometimes in your service area as well. So whatever your zip code is, that there's a service area that you have to be within unless you have an emergency. But what folks like about these plans is that you have predictable costs. So you know what your copay is going to be for your office visits or your specialist visits, instead of having to pay a deductible before your services or your benefits kick in. So a lot of folks like these. Sometimes they're priced lower than a traditional PPO plan. But again, it's important to take a look and do your research at the different plan options. A lot of the HMO type plans, like an open access, will also include dental and vision, unlike some of the other plans. You'll get more extensive dental and vision. And in some cases, you may not need an additional dental or vision plan, because it could include your fillings, of course, your visits, your x-rays, if your cleanings are included, that's part of preventive. But in this case, this plan also includes fillings and your vision exam, and then you may get money towards your frames. And then Aetna also has some plans that are available for those of you who live in a capital area, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. If you're looking for plans, where you're pretty healthy, but you want to make sure you cover, just like car insurance, you may not ever use it, but you want to make sure that you're covered in case you do. These are great options because the premiums are usually lower than your traditional premiums. You will have a higher deductible and higher co-pays because you're paying really that lower premium. But overall, you're getting pretty much the same benefits as everyone else, except you may have some higher out-of-pocket. And then I'm going to skip over the Aetna Value Plan. That's similar to that MHBP plan, where it's sort of like a hybrid between having the benefits of the HMO with the predictable co-pays and no deductible on certain things. And then, of course, the lower out-of-pocket. Now, I'm going to focus a little bit and stay here on the high deductible plans with the health savings account. Some of you may be familiar with these, some of you may not. These plans are great options, especially if you're looking for a vehicle where you could actually save on your taxes, because when you have a health savings account, you can actually contribute to that account tax-free for healthcare out-of-pocket costs, right? To have a health savings account, you have to have a high deductible plan. The high deductible plan is a PPO plan. It's a PPO network plan. You do have a higher deductible than most plans because it's a health savings account, a plan with a health savings account where you can actually save, as I said, by contributing to your health savings account tax-free. The other great thing about this type of plan is that the carrier also contributes to your health savings account tax-free by what we call a premium pass-through. But when you're just looking at the benefits itself, you have deductible, you have co-insurances, just like your traditional or typical PPO plans. Some plans will have built-in vision and dental as well. Preventive dental is covered. And remember, your preventive visits are covered at 100%. So, you know, our well woman exams, the immunization, the cancer screenings, physicals, all of those are covered at 100% on all of your plans. So you're not paying anything out of pocket for that. In this particular case with Aetna, we contribute to your HSA. We do $800 a year for a self-only, and then for self and family, we do $1,600 a year. We contribute it monthly. Most plans, when you have a health savings account, will contribute to your HSA monthly. And as I mentioned, you can contribute to your HSA as well. You can do that through your payroll. And I know that Darlene mentioned that she was going to talk a little bit more about the health savings account a little bit later, because it is a financial vehicle as well for you to use. The nice thing about an HSA account is, having an HDHP plan with a health savings account is, when you get that health savings account, it's portable. And what that means is, even though we're contributing to it on a monthly basis, you're contributing to it as well. You can do it bi-weekly, you know, every 2 weeks. That money goes with you. So if you have an Aetna plan or a plan with another carrier and it's a high deductible plan with the health savings account, and you leave that plan, that account is yours. You own that health savings account. You cannot contribute to it tax-free unless you're enrolled in a high deductible plan. But you can continue to use those funds. They roll over year after year, forever. And after you turn age 65, you can use the funds for whatever you want. You can no longer, if you are in a high deductible plan with a health savings account, when you turn age 65, you're no longer eligible to actually contribute to it tax-free. We can continue to contribute to it, but it becomes a health reimbursement account. It's not part of your health savings account anymore. But you keep those funds forever. You can pass them on to beneficiaries, or you can continue, as I said, to use them for any out-of-pocket expenses that you may have after you've left the HDHP plan. So it's a great option for you. Another plan that we have, and I don't think we have anyone on that's in Utah or Wyoming or Montana, but we have our Altius plans, and those plans are some traditional types of plans, your PPO plans, high option standard, and then we also offer a high deductible plan with a health savings account in those areas as well. Now I want to talk a little bit about the Advantage plan. Our Advantage plan that we offer also has a Medicare Advantage portion to that as well. All of the plans that we offer to federal employees are available to active employees and retired employees. So you both can enroll in any of our plans. The difference with, for example, our Aetna Advantage plan and our Aetna Direct plan, which I'm going to talk about as well, is that if you are retired and you have Medicare Part A and B, you can actually opt into, through the Aetna Advantage plan, a Medicare Advantage option. If you are an active employee, it looks just like a traditional PPO. It has a national network. Of course, you don't have to get referrals for your specialist. Preventive is covered at 100%, but you do have deductibles and co-insurances, and you'll find that these premiums for this particular plan, again, when you have these higher deductible options, the premiums are very low. So definitely take a look at it when you get a chance and compare the premiums. But I want to focus a little bit more on the retirees, or if you're thinking about retiring anytime soon and you're over age 65, some of the things that are important regarding your healthcare and Medicare. One is that when you turn 65, and if you are retired, you actually become eligible for Medicare A and B. Medicare A is our hospital insurance. If you've paid into Medicare, there's no charge for Medicare. So most of us who are working have paid into it, or through your spouse's work, or you can actually purchase if you didn't pay into a Medicare Part A. And again, it covers hospital, it covers skilled nursing facilities, home health care, and specialists. Part B, Medicare Part B, which is also a part of original Medicare, can be purchased for a fee. For 2021, it was $148. It is going up to $170 for 2022. But what's important about Medicare Part B is that it gives you the opportunity to enroll in plans like this Medicare Advantage plan. You have to have A and B in order to enroll in some of these plans. And you'll find that some of the carriers, other carriers as well, if you have Medicare Part B, will provide you with some additional benefits. So even though you're not required as a federal retiree to get Medicare Part B, because you have these health, group health plans, it really is a good idea to get it. It's definitely worth it because in the long run, you can save thousands of dollars. So if you have Medicare Part A and B and you enroll in the Aetna Medicare Advantage option, there's no deductible, no co-insurances, no co-pays, except for on your prescription benefit. We waive all of that because you have Medicare Part B. In addition to that, we give you funds to help pay your Medicare Part B premiums. So not only are you saving money on your out-of-pocket because you don't have any out-of-pocket expenses except for the minimal co-pays you have on prescription, but we're gonna pay $75 each month, up to $900 a year directly to Medicare on your behalf. So you get a Part B premium credit, meaning you're gonna pay $75 less each month for your Part B premiums. So that's a savings right there, in addition to the lower premium, in addition to the out-of-pocket. We know that going into retirement, you're on a fixed income. Hopefully you're working with Darlene to make that income grow. But you want to save where you can, and this is definitely a good option for that. The other reason that people love these plans, CMS says right now, I think there's about 34 or 36% of all Medicare eligibles are enrolled in a Medicare Advantage plan. They're predicting that by 2029, 51% of all eligibles, Medicare eligibles, will be enrolled in a Medicare Advantage plan. They're very popular. You hear about them, you see them advertised on television. You may have friends and families, members who are enrolled in this type of plan. And what makes them popular is, in addition to lower premiums, lower out-of-pocket costs, is the extra benefits that support us as we age. There's non-emergency transportation to and from your doctor's office visits if you can't get to those doctor's office visits or non-emergency hospital visits. There's a meal benefit program. If you're ever admitted to the hospital, when you're discharged, Aetna will have meals delivered directly to your home for 7 days, 2 meals per day, to help support us on our healing journey. Because, you know, who's gonna feel like making a nutritional healthy meal for themselves after they've been discharged from the hospital? And then there's silver sneakers for those active retirees who still want to continue to access those gym facilities and, you know, exercise equipment and exercise classes, or, you know, wellness classes, cooking classes. All that's available at no additional charge to you as well. And there's a 2-step enrollment process. If anyone's on this call that's retired, that's looking at these plans and interested in enrolling, you have to enroll through the OPM Retirement Service Center first, and then you have to contact Aetna directly to enroll or opt into the Medicare Advantage plan. And then the Aetna Direct is a plan that is also similar to the Medicare Advantage plan, except it's not a Medicare Part C plan. It is a regular traditional PPO plan, but it was designed specifically with retirees in mind. As I mentioned earlier, even if you are an active employee, you can enroll in any of these plans. But if you have Medicare Part A and B, we're going to waive your deductibles, waive your co-insurances. The only co-pays you will have is for your prescription. And in addition to that, we will give you a fund, and you get the fund whether you're retired or an active employee. $900 for self, $1,800 for self and family. But what's nice about the fund for retirees is that you can actually use that fund to reimburse yourself for your Part B premiums. So again, it's another way for you to be able to save. Even if you are getting Part B and you're paying for Part B, you can actually save money on that Part B premiums with that reimbursement. For everyone else, if you're an active employee, you have this fund. The fund actually pays first before you pay any out of pocket. So before you pay a deductible or co-insurance or a copay, the fund is going to pay first. If you're retired, that fund money will go, if you have prescriptions, will go towards your prescription copays. So you go to the pharmacy, you don't pay anything initially out of pocket because it will come out of that fund. And again, what's left over, you can use to pay your Part B premiums. So I am going to move to the next one if it'll let me. There we go. And of course, we want to keep our healthy smiles, and our vision is important all the time as we retired. And I want to also show you an example of some of the dental and vision plans that are available to you. These, of course, are the Aetna plans. I can only speak to the Aetna plan benefits because, of course, you know, naturally, since I work for Aetna. But generally, you'll see two types of dental options with all of the carriers. A high option or a standard option. Some people only offer one option. We do offer two. And generally the difference between the high and the standard is you're gonna pay higher premiums if you're on the high option, but the high option will have richer benefits. So, you know, maybe you don't have a deductible. Maybe in example here, the benefits are unlimited if you're in network. And then when you're looking at your Class B and your Class C level of benefits, you have higher benefits on the high option. For those of you who don't have dental and aren't familiar with this, Class A is preventive. That's your cleanings, your x-rays, your visit. Class B is considered minor. It's things like extractions, fillings. Class C is your major services. Our crowns, our root canals, even implants are covered. And then of course, orthodontia. Most plans allow orthodontia for adults and children. And that's usually covered at about 50% or $2,000 lifetime maximum. Depending on what plans you have, you may have a waiting period. Definitely check that as well with your dental options. And then of course, vision is extremely popular. I can say with Aetna, we are very proud of our dental plan. We have literally close to 1 million members, federal employees, retirees enrolled in our vision plan. So it's extremely popular. And, you know, the reason is because when you look at the premiums that you're paying and you compare the benefits, you actually pay less in premiums than we give you towards your frames. So on the standard option, the frame allowance is $150. On the high option is $300. And I know it's kind of amazing. It's like, how is that possible? But that is how these plans work. If you do the math, you'll see that your yearly premiums are actually less than the allowance for the frames. And then you can get your progressive eyeglasses. You can actually go to and get any eyeglasses. You don't have to go to a certain section on the wall. There's no Aetna section with Aetna. You can get designer eyewear as well. But this is a great option, especially if you wear glasses or contact lenses. You end up saving a lot of money on these when you have these plans. And I am going to get to the next page if I can. I'm not going to go over the perks and stuff like that. I know that's another way because a lot of this is about saving money. And I know I'm probably running out of time and I want to give Darlene an opportunity to talk. But when you're looking at your plans, definitely compare things like that to see where you can save your money, you know, on your plan discounts and things like that. We have our CVS card that you can save money on, but you can pretty much get discounts on practically everything. And feel free, if you have specific questions, like Darlene said, about medical, your personal situation, your family situation that you need answered, feel free to reach out to me. You can contact me or any of the other team members at AETNA. We're available to do what we call one consultations. So you can reach out, schedule a time with me, and especially during open enrollments, we're even working on Saturdays. We'll go over your specific needs to see what plan, even if you don't take an AETNA plan, just finding out and make sure you understand how the plans work. We'll go over your plans with you, your specific needs, questions, any questions that you may have about your health plans, your dental, your vision, and open enrollment. And that's it for me. I don't know if there's any questions, or Darlene, turn it over to you now, because I know there's some things that you talk about.
Yeah, that's fine. You can stop sharing and I'll just go ahead and share my screen again. Yeah, Leslie, thank you so much. That was some great information. You touched on a few cost-saving things in here. Now, for those of you that are still working, but looking at your watch, like, I'm going to get out of here in the next 15 minutes. And you're uncertain about, okay, should I get Medicare Part B? Should I not get Medicare Part B? That's a conversation we can sit down and have and work out to see, because there is a cost component to having Medicare Part B. But some of the plans that Leslie went over mitigate that cost to Part B. Now, and again, please, I just want to also let people know that the information we share, don't keep it to yourself. This is for everyone in your family, at your job, all of your friend circles. They need to know this information as they are contemplating looking at different health insurance options. And as Leslie said, examine what you have. My mother, she kept the same plan the entire time she was in the federal government. And it wasn't until she became ill, when we really, I dug into the plan. I'm like, okay, this is what we need. I'm like, why are you even still with this plan? She didn't even want to leave then, until I started breaking down the numbers. It was like, look, we can't afford to keep you over here. You need to go over here. And then that's when she absolutely switched over. But Leslie, you mentioned about having a health savings account when you have that high deductible. And this may be geared, you may have one now. You may be, this may be some great information for some younger people, or if you don't have any health problems at all, to consider. Because what most people don't know is, Leslie said, when you retire, you can no longer put money into your health savings account. It becomes more of like a reimbursement account. But what most employees don't know is that you can actually roll that money over, and it's now an IRA for you. That's another pool of retirement income for you. So you have to always, and a lot of people don't know this, so they're not, thinking about this as they're considering an HSA. And that's why you have your Financial Fun Friday team here to let you know these little nuggets. So if you have an HSA, or someone who has an HSA, tell them to keep putting that money in there, because as Leslie said, it rolls over every year. And you know what else is rolling over? Your income for retirement. If you don't use it, if you're taking care of yourself, it's great. Being healthy pays off even as you're going into retirement. Now, one of the things I like about these AETNA plans is the reimbursement component that they are giving you towards Part B. Now, if you're still working, even though you may be over age 65, you do not have to enroll in Medicare Part B. So even if you have, your initial enrollment period is coming up because you're about to turn 65, you don't have to worry about, getting a penalty, because as long as you're working, you do not have to enroll in Medicare Part B. But once you stop working, when you retire and you walk out that door, now your initial enrollment period, the clock starts ticking. And what is that initial enrollment period? You have 3 months before you basically, your initial enrollment period is 3 months before you turn 65, the month you turn 65, and then 3 months after. So when you retire, you basically have 7 months to get in that Medicare Part B without incurring a penalty, because every 12 months that you wait to enroll in Medicare Part B, that's a 10% penalty for every 12 months. And no, there is not a cap on that, okay? So you don't want to find yourself in a situation where 4 years down the line, you're like, oh my gracious, I need a supplement to my health plan, and now it's going to cost you 40% more to get Medicare Part B. So, and the current Medicare Part B premiums for 2022, I looked it up, it's going up to $170.10 for the month. It's currently $144, I believe, and some change. So with the Aetna plan that Leslie went over, that's $75 towards that $170. So you're only paying $95 out the pocket right there, savings that you could be doing something else with. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Thank you so much, Leslie. Again, if you have any questions, please email us. You can call us, reach out to Leslie. If you could, Leslie, put in the chat box that 800 number that was on the last slide that you had. So yeah, so thank you all for hanging in here with us. We have some upcoming workshops coming up on the 13th, and some of the other ones we've already missed, but on the 13th, we're going to be talking about, because this is the end of the year, how to protect yourself from the ticking tax time bomb. And then also on the 16th, how to de-risk your retirement. Okay, so you can register for those, contact us. And as we always say, planning is just bringing the future into the present so you can do something about it right now. Thank you, Mr. Alan Lakin, for giving us that quote. So we are Affordable Benefit Solutions, and we are a full service financial solutions firm. And we can help you in any aspect of your financial planning, whether it's retirement planning, whether you just walked in the door or you're going to be leaving in 15 minutes. We have the information and the solutions to help you with that. Also, estate planning, how to most tax efficiently get your heirs the benefits you want them to have from all of your hard work. And then, of course, insurance services, everything from your life insurance, disability. Every time I hear about a tragic death or something that has happened in the news, the next line under there is that the family has established a GoFundMe to help with the funeral expenses. GoFundMe is not an insurance plan. You can get a $10,000 policy. Call us. We don't have to have that additional financial burden in addition to the emotional burden of having a loved one pass away. So please give us a call. We can help you with all of your financial needs. And then, of course, credit and debt, because as things get tight in this market, having good credit and little to no debt is going to be important. And your Financial Fun Friday team and your team members at Affordable Benefit Solutions, we are here to help you with all of those needs. So what's going to be right for you? It depends. It's not a one size fit all. And that's why here at Affordable Benefit Solutions, we do a comprehensive review. We take a macro view and not a micro view, looking at, okay, just, how much money you have. No, all the components of your financial life. That's what we look at to make sure you have the retirement that you deserve and that you are looking for. So contact us today so that we can map out a strategy for you to help you put all of the pieces together. So this is us here, our team. This is just a portion of us. Like I said, my partner, Dr. Rita Bailey Rowland, she wasn't here with us. Shout out to Robert Bailey. He was celebrating his birthday. Also, Dr. Javon Jackson. So yes, that's the team. Call us 301-577-6340 so that we can help you reach your financial destination. Thank you so much again, Leslie, for joining us. We look forward to all of you joining us again on December the 17th. Each one bring 21. we got to get this information out, you all. So we look forward to, just talking with you all again on December the 17th. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Leslie, again. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you. Great
Absolutely. Absolutely. We appreciate you. So, okay, have a great weekend, you all, and stay safe out there.
Thanks.